Hi guys, Straight Razor Revolution here. Thought I'd do a little bit of a shave video and show a couple products I don't believe I've shown before. Maybe I did a mail call on them, but I never actually showed myself using them. So today I'm going to be using my Feinster silberstahl round point 5/8 that I did the honing video on, just to shave test it, you know, make sure everything's good the way I like it. And also to show you guys that progression works well. If there's a problem with the edge that I made, then I have a backup Dovo 6/8 Bismarck round point. I know that the edge that I put on this one is perfect, so if I'm getting a lot of, oops, sorry, there goes the camera. If I'm getting a lot of irritation or that something doesn't seem right, I'll just, you know, stop using this, because you don't want to keep, if there's something not right with your edge, don't keep using it. Don't chew your face up. Don't give yourself a hard time, you know, go with what you know. So the soap I'll be using is Katie's Bubbles, a Midnight Dreary. I did a mail call on this soap, but I don't believe I did a shave video with it. This stuff it's a French style soap, filled right to the brim. You can see Katie's Bubbles, you know, they always fill their tubs right to the top. This stuff comes in at about $20 before taxes. I think I paid like, I don't really remember, maybe like $23 or something like that shipped. But that's for 8 ounces, as you can see down there. This stuff is very sweet. The scent profile is light, but it kind of, as you start to make your lather, it builds. It's very sweet. It's very, has hints of, you know, maybe vanilla. You almost get a chocolatey fragrance. A little bit of berry in there. So I'll be using that. I really actually like this stuff a lot. And I'll be using a 24 millimeter black badger with a black synthetic handle. This is a solid resin handle. This brush I got from Larry at the Whip Dog for, I think it was like 30 something, maybe 40 something dollars, 24 millimeter. And you got to be careful with these black badges. Although they lather great and they feel awesome, if you spin, if you twirl while you're loading and you go, you know, one direction then the next, and then you're doing back and forth and then you're pumping, if you get crazy with the lathering with these black badger knots, they will knot up on you. So you got to kind of be mindful of how you're lathering with them. You know, but that's their only shortcoming, is that, you know, you got to actually be mindful, which, I mean, it's not really a shortcoming that you have your mind in the project that you're, you know, doing at hand. So but other than that, they're phenomenal. I love it. I love these, the handle style. It's long. It fits well in my hand. You can see how big it is in my hand, and I got some big mittens, man. I did have the knot set a little bit deeper. Normally the loft would be a bit higher on these, but I had the handle set, or the knot set deeper into the handle. And that brush is soaking, or it has been. So I'm just going to knock out some of the extra water that's in there. Just give it a shake, and go ahead and apply some pre-shave. I'm using the Art of Shaving's Ocean Kelp pre-shave because I really like this stuff. The fragrance isn't over the top. I have other pre-shaves, but when I'm going to do a shave that I want to try to build a specific scent profile, you know, with my aftershaves and my other stuff, then I tend to try to go with something, my pre-shaves and my other stuff, that have a gentle scent that is, you know, one's not going to overpower the other, and they're all going to complement each other. So that's what I'm doing. I have about almost 3 days growth now, 2.5, something like that. Well, you know, my beard is wiry, so if I try to shave too soon, it's really kind of hard on my blades and hard on my face. So, you know, too soon. If I try to shave every day, I can't do that. I don't got the face for it. I don't got the beard for it. So begin lathering, loading my brush. And I try to, with this brush, I try to stay right in the tips. I don't want to press down too much. You know, I don't want to be hard on my brush. This is the only brush, this is the only black badger knot that I've ever gotten. Besides, you know, I've always gone straight for silver tips or high mountain white badger, or, you know, recently synthetics. So I don't know if it's typical of black badgers to be, you know, kind of finicky when it comes to pressure and, you know, how you load them and how you lather with them, because this is the only one that I've got. So what I do with this one is, you know, when I'm done everything and everything's clean and put away and I'm taking care of my brush, I have a wide tooth comb that I comb it out with, just to make sure there's no knotting in the middle. If anybody's watched Ray Pope or Anthony Esposito's videos on loading Katie's bubbles, you'll know that I've got more than enough product. I literally saw Ray Pope do one swirl on Katie's bubbles and get, you know, I can't remember if it was a 3-pass or a 2-pass shave, but yeah, this stuff, it performed, let me tell you. All right, I'm gonna go straight into a face lather. You know, it doesn't have a whole lot of backbone to speak of, but it's, of all the brushes I have, it definitely is the most exfoliating, while not being overly scratchy. You know, it's not for everybody. Some people like dead soft. I do. I'm a fan of dead soft, but I've only used this brush a few times, to be honest, and I like the way it performs. You know, I briefly considered changing the knot. I'm gonna add some water. One of the things that Larry had told me is, don't soak the brush in very extremely hot water, because these black badger brushes, the hairs will become brittle. And you don't want that. I mean, as you can see though, it's whipping up some lather pretty good. A little bit more water. I mean, look at the lather, man. It's just falling all over the place. Look at that. So much product coming off this brush right now. All right. I mean, look at it all. I did a pretty heavy load though. I will admit. All right. Sometimes when I'm straight shaving, you know, a lot of the times you see guys put their lather on and then just immediately jump into their first pass. So it's not a bad idea, especially if you've done a hot water, you know, you've taken a hot bath, you've done a hot soak, a hot towel on your face. It's not a bad idea to let the soap sit on your face for a minute before you start your first pass, because a lot of the times that really, you know, prolonged exposure to hot water on your beard just makes your beard so soft that it's kind of a little counterintuitive, I know, but it actually kind of works against the razor. So once you apply the soap and the soap gets onto the hair and removes the oils that are left on there and cleans it and kind of sets up a little bit, it'll make that beard stand up the way you want it to. So a lot of the times it's good to take, you know, 20-30 seconds, let your soap sit on there, you know, and then go to it. You know, this is really high quality artisan soap. It's not going to dissipate on your face if you wait a couple minutes, or not a couple minutes, but, you know, give it a little bit of time. So, all right, let's get to it. And as you can see here, it's just taking off that 2 days growth like it's nothing. No problem. That's that Shapton edge, baby. One thing you got to remember when you're straight razor shaving is your angle. When you're coming around these corners, you know, your face has a lot of different angles. You know, you have some slightly sloped, rounded, straight passes. You got some very, you know, much straighter passes. You got very steep angles. When you're coming around those angles, it's a prime time to cut yourself. You know, so got to watch your transitions, that's all. Yep, she's a singer, folks. It's just such a smooth working blade though, man. You know. It is my first straight razor that I ever owned. You know, before I owned this one, I used a Chevette, and before that, I used a DE. So, I am partial to this blade. I've thought about selling it before. You know, my wife getting on to me saying I have too many razors, blah, blah, blah. So I've actually posted this one for sale before and then backed out at the last minute. Like, I just couldn't do it. You know, it was my first blade. I love the thing, really. All right, let's see what we got. Wow. Really good stuff. Very sharp blade. Yeah. You know, I could probably stop right here. That's how sharp that blade is and how smooth it is. But right now I'm only smooth in two directions. You know, I only did against the grain on my neck, really. Or, I'm sorry, with the grain. And it's already smooth up as well. Almost everywhere. Except for right here a little bit. But, I mean, that's how good that shaft and edge is, really. So, let me add some water to my face and go ahead and start another lather. I'll be right back. Alright, welcome back, guys. I'm just going to go straight into another face lather. You know, one of the some of my brushes I could face lather for an extended period of time and it would cause, you know, no irritation. I don't know if anybody else has ever used a brush that you could actually over lather with before you start to cause, you know, irritation on your skin, but this is not one of those brushes that I could lather for a long period of time with. If I lathered for an extended amount of time with this brush, I would get some mild irritation on my skin. I mean, it's really good, but it's not a brush you want to spend an obscene amount of time lathering with. Man, I just love the scent on this Katie's Bubbles, man. It smells phenomenal. Midnight Dreary. I've always been attracted to, you know, things with a bit of a darker undertone. All right, here we go. This time I'm going to go across the grain. Wow, this blade is super sharp, but so smooth. Wow. That's really awesome. It's really actually quite difficult to shave in my tablet. You know, because the resolution you're seeing, that's what I'm seeing. All right. One thing I like to do between passes, just to ensure that my blade stays super sharp at all times throughout my shave, between passes, and I learned this from watching Lito Levy, Master Levy. I'll literally strop on this part of the palm of my hand, this part, and you know, you just give it a few passes. You got to be careful. Make sure your skin is stretched out tight, nice and taut. And I've seen people on the forums and other places ask, you know, should you strop between passes? I don't think it's necessary. I mean, if your blade edge is, your bevel set proper and you're, you know, honed to good sharp keenness, it's unnecessary. You don't need to. So if you're needing to actually strop between passes, you've done something wrong. But stropping on your hand, just to give yourself a little bit of an edge, I do it all the time. And just feel around to see if you've missed anything. Alright, I'm now smooth in 3 directions on my face. Everything is baby smooth up and down everywhere on my neck. This area right here is my problem area because the hair grows in like 10 different directions, it seems like. But just give me a second. I'm gonna rinse, relather, and do a cleanup pass, and then we'll be done. And we're back. All right. Okay, here we go. This time I'm going to go against the grain on my cheeks only. I mean, it's not even picking up hair anymore at this point. Like, it's dead smooth. That's how smooth it is right now. Right there, I can go a little bit against the grain. But like I said before, I don't like to go against the grain too much under my chin, just because it's not really worth it to me to get, you know, that extra baby butt smoothness on my neck and under chin area for the irritation that it causes. This blade is so sharp. I got one little spot right here. Perfect. All right. Just gonna take a second to rinse my face, and then we'll do the aftershave routine. Stand by. And we're back, guys. All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome shave. Very, very, very little to no irritation to speak of whatsoever, and I'm baby butt smooth everywhere. I wish you could feel this. All right, so the aftershave I'm gonna be using today pairs well with everything. It pairs Pairs well with the Midnight Drury from Katie's Bubbles. It is Gillette Series Cool Wave. Not expensive, it works really well. The smell is awesome. One thing I gotta say about this aftershave though is that it is alcohol, like alcohol. So if you've had some irritation in your shave, you're gonna know about it with this stuff. Man, that's nice. Baby butt smooth in every direction, except for my left to my right under my neck. I mean, up and down and right to left, baby butt smooth. Left to right, I feel a little bit of stubble, but nothing serious. Man, that stuff is awesome. Okay, so that was Gillette Series Cool Wave. You know, yes, it has a bit of an alcohol burn. It's straight up scented alcohol splash, but like I said, it pairs well with Katie's Bubbles Midnight Jury. You know, they build on each other really well. And to follow the trend that my buddy Chad from Shaving on the Dark Side has set forth, he threw the gauntlet down, man. So I'm just gonna roll with it. So the cologne I'm going to be using to pair up with my shave today is Diesel, Only the Brave. This is the second fragrance that ever came out from Diesel. It is available at all types of different retailers that, you know, have scents. I don't think I've ever seen it at a Rite Aid, but I know you can get it from places like Target or Macy's or you know, places like that. So it is a little bit on the pricier side. It's about I'm not sure what this one is. I think this one is 2.5 ounces, so it's a little bit on the pricier sides. When this first came out, it was just under $100, so the price has most likely dropped by now. But the scent is very light, very sweet, yet masculine, and it blends well with my shave today. I think the last time I saw this for sale online, it was under $50. So, you know, don't be afraid to try this stuff. It's phenomenal. It's one of my favorite fragrances among the many that I have. And it went beautifully with my shave today. So, you know, let me see your guys' colognes that you like to pair up with your aftershaves and your shaves of the day. You know, don't be afraid to bring them out. All right, guys. I gotta say the edge that I put on this Feinster silberstahl was nice. It was smooth. It's a Shapton edge, and you know, just to put it out there, I stopped at a 12K and then stropped on 0.5 micron chromium oxide, and then linen and leather. So I stopped at a 12K on my hones. You know, you see these guys going to 16K and then 20K and then 30K and then whatever, man. Like, you don't need that. You don't need that. You don't need that. People have been honing on cauticles and, you know, lower level 8K to 10K JNATs since steel was a thing, you know what I mean? And they've been shaving off of it and impaling each other effortlessly since the dawn of, you know, metal crafting. So 12K Shapton M5 edge, finished on leather. Beautiful. Thumbs up. All right, guys. You know, as always, have a great day. Have a great shave. I'm Straight Razor Revolution, and I'm out of here.